thank you, Mandy, for being here today.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah, and I'm loving the book. So can you describe to people at home what Yogalosophy is?
Well, basically, the original routine is a hybrid yoga routine, which pairs a yoga pose with a toning exercise, you know, essentially, it's so that you can really start wherever you are. I really wanted to bridge the gap between fitness meets yoga. I wanted to make it like a yoga workout.
Yeah.
So that's like the basis of, that's the basic workout in my book. And then the Yogalosophy, you know, the losophy part of it is really just learning how to love your body into shape. I think that old way of beating ourselves up to get into shape, I think that that's just an old model.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot more in the book besides just yoga poses. There's journaling exercises and different eating plans, and it's really adaptable too. So why was it important to you to make a book and a plan that a lot of different people could kind of adapt to their lives?
Well, I mean, first of all, so that a lot of people could use the book,
yeah.
But also because for me, I actually am motivated by different things on a daily basis. I don't do things the same, you know, I don't do the same thing the same way every single day.
Right.
So I wanted to give people the flexibility to be their own, you know, authority, you know, so it has like a yoga pose of the day, a cardio activity, different playlists and recipes, and you know, everything's really movable and optional.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of to develop that like healthy mindset.
Exactly. And I think people would be really surprised to know that you went through a phase where you were pretty unhealthy and overweight. So what was the turning point for you to decide to sort of get in shape and take a new approach to life? Well,
you know, I actually started off like so hard on myself that there was a backlash for that. So I was so into like being a certain way that then when I let go of that, you know, I actually had an injury, and I started going crazy with my diet, and I basically, you know, gained 50 pounds, and I remember I was probably too thin before, you know, and then I was too heavy. And I remember I went on a trip to Europe where I was, of course, the best place to be overeating.
It's true.
I would only wear pajamas, you know, because I just couldn't even fit into my clothes anymore, and I couldn't stand looking at myself. And so one day I just decided to take a look at myself. I didn't feel good anymore, you know, and I got naked, woo, naked, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, okay, this is me, and I started to accept that and go, okay, I can still see my frame and my body underneath the layers, so I know that my body, my perfect body is still in the room. It's just underneath a layer or two. And so I just held that in my mind's eye, and I just started being nice to myself. And making better choices. Yeah. And you've got a lot of prominent clients. I think a lot of people know you best as Jennifer Aniston's yoga instructor. Yes, I'm so lucky. I love her so much. We all love her.
Is there anything that you've maybe taken away from her, being her teacher all this time, that she's taught you?
Oh, wow. I mean, so many things. She's such an amazing positive force. You know, I think that actually, you know, that you can, empowering others is very empowering. You know, everyone around her is extremely empowered, and she's a very generous, positive person. So it really, that's really contagious. And so I try to, you know, for myself too, staying positive, you know, reinforcing that positivity all the time. It doesn't take away anything from anybody else, you know, to really love yourself and to just show up, you know, so I try to do that myself.
Yeah, and with summer around the corner, I think a lot of people are trying to start a new diet or workout plan, but I think the biggest obstacle a lot of the times is, like you said, kind of beating yourself up when you miss a workout or have that cupcake. How do you get out of that mindset?
You know, it's a really day-by-day process. You know, you just start over again each day. Like if you have a cupcake or whatever, then you just start fresh. You don't skip a meal to punish yourself. You just drink extra water and just start over again the next day.
Great. Words to live by. Thank you so much for coming by today.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. And Yogalosophy is in bookstores now.